In this video, we're going to have a look at how to output the stock quantities on the website. So here, for example, we have a product that is out of stock. Here we have a product on sale, so it says the last 8. And down here, we just have the standard 20 available. So we're going to have a look at how you can change the output based on the stock level, and then how to insert that stock quantity in your listing. So to get started then, I'm going to head over here. I'm going to delete the snippet that I was using. Right, so now we're ready to get started. So the first thing we need to do is create a function. So to get started then, we create that function. So the function by underscore, let's go archive stock. And now what we're going to do is just echo out the word test to make sure that we have it in the right position. And then down here, I'm going to add an action, and the action is the WooCommerce after shop loop item title. And now we just copy the name of our function in here, and then comma, and we're going to output it in the standard position of 10, and we'll save that. WooCommerce after shop loop item title. Head over to the front end, and now the word test. Now we have the word test appearing where it should at the bottom of that product item. Now we can start getting the product information. So the first thing to do is to access I'm going to access the global post variable and just get the ID. So and then we can go prod ID is equal to post ID. So now we have the ID. Now what we can do is we can get the product information. So to do that, we can go product, and that is equal to WC underscore get underscore product. And of course, now we're going to just put in the prod ID. And now we've got the information for that particular product. So now we need to get a couple of things. What we can do though, what we can do is get the stock status. So let's get the stock underscore status, and that is equal to product get stock status. So now we're getting the stock status, and I'm just going to show you what happens here with the stock status and why, even though this is available to us, it's not the greatest to use when outputting the information. So now we're going to output the stock status. So we save that, we head over to the website, and let's just have a look here. Need to make sure you put the closing braces on the end there. And now when I refresh, you'll see that it says they're out of stock, in stock, but it's in one single word without any spacing. So that's not the easiest to read, or doesn't look that good. So we're not going to use the stock status to output the message. We're going to create our own, because that's not the best English. So what we're going to do now is get the stock quantity. So stock quantity, and that is equal to product underscore get underscore stock. Let's just get that right. Product get stock underscore quantity. Right, so now we can get the stock quantity. So now when we echo stock underscore quantity and save that, and now when we output, you'll see that we have the stock quantity 083. Right, now what we want to do is just make it a bit more interesting depending on whether the product is on sale or not. So now we must get to check if the product is on sale. So to do that, what we're going to do is get the sale price. sale underscore price, and that will be equal to product get underscore sale underscore price, closing brackets. Right, so now we've got the sale price. Right, so now we have the information, we have the stock status, we have the stock quantity, and we have the sale price. So now we can start putting together a little loop or just a bit of output to make that read a bit better. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to create an if statement. Oops, like that. And basically we're going to say, first thing we're going to check if the product is in stock and if it has a sale price. So to do that, it will then we're going to say if, let's go sale underscore price. So if it has a sale price and the stock underscore quantity is greater than or equal to 1, then we're going to do something. So if it's on sale and the stock price is greater than or equal to 1, then we're going to echo the last, and we'll put in the stock quantity here. Stock. Right, so with that in place, let's copy that, save it, make that the last, and then we'll head over to the website, and now you'll see that if the product is on sale and there is a stock quantity, it will give us the last. So if you only want to output the stock value on just on the items that are on sale, then you can stop right here and just do a bit of formatting. The next thing we want to do though is just output a default message if it is just normal stock. So what we're going to do then is else if, and now we're going to go the stock quantity is greater than or equal to 1, and we don't want the sale items to be repeated, and now we'll say and not and doesn't have a sale price. Then we're going to output a different message, and that will be here we're just going to then else if, let me just get the right brackets here. So else if that, right, so if the stock quantity is greater than or equal to 1 and there's no sale price, then echo, and in this case we're going to go stock quantity and then let's just say available. Right, so now we can copy that, save, head over to the website, and now when I refresh, you'll see that if it's a standard product, it'll just say 20 available if there is stock. And that seems to be the only item that has some stock, right? And what I can also do now, because there's nothing special about it, what I might want to do is just wrap that in some open bracket. And then over here, let's just close the bracket. So I'm just going echo stock quantity available, save. So now when we go and have a look at that on the website, you'll see that we have the quantity wrapped in the brackets. And then the last thing we want to do is if there is no stock, and that'll just simply be else And now we'll just wrap with else. We're going to echo out of stock. And in this case, maybe what we'll also do is just wrap that in like that. Right. And we'll save that. And now we're going to have a look at that on the website and see if that is accurate. So the album is out of stock. We do have the last 8, the last 3. Now let's have a look here inside the hoodie, because we have a couple of items inside that hoodie. And now you'll see that we do in fact have stock. And just to confirm, so we have the stock of these items, but what's happening now is that because we let's just have a look at the stock status here. So we edit the product. So this is now in a variable product, and we just want to make sure that we do have. So if we go to those variations and we see that stock is not being managed, so let's manage the stock here. So we now know that the stock is being managed, and let's say that we have 10, and we're going to update. Now we'll view the product, and now we're going to go back to hoodie on the archive page. And so it's still showing that it's out of stock when in fact there are stock items of the individual items. So when it comes to a variable product, maybe we don't want to output the stock numbers immediately because we don't know what the stock numbers are. So let's just check if there's anything else. Then we have this collection as well, and inside the collection we also have various products, and you'll see here that we do have stock of some of those items. So we can't just say out of stock. So what we need to do now is, although we have the snippet working, we also don't want the snippet to show on collection pages or on variable product pages, because they may well have stock of the individual items. So let's have a look and see how we address that. Another issue with the out of stock notice is that some of the products don't have their stock managed. So this hoodie, we're not managing the stock, so now it shows no stock, but it's actually permanently in stock. So now we want to have a look at addressing some of those items. So the good news now is that we don't have to do a lot of heavy lifting. What we can do now is use the stock status a variable value. So now what I'm going to do, so else, and now what we're going to see, else, and in the else here, I'm going to just say here, if, and here we're going to go stock status is, and I'm just going to do this, if stock status is equal to in stock, let's go in stock, then echo in stock. So now we're just going to, for the balance of the products, we'll just go through the stock status messages and just basically convert them from one word into 2 words. So for example, now if I was to save this and head over to the website and I refresh, then you'll see that the items now show in stock, and where I have a particular message that I prefer, it has that custom message. So there we have the custom message, and here, because it's a variable product, it will show in stock, but it's not going to show how many. And here on a product, for example, here where we're not managing the stock levels and it's permanently in stock, it shows in stock. What I can also do is then just make a provision then also for out of stock, and that will then echo, although the likelihood is, well, that might happen then on a grouped or on a variable product that there's no stock. And I'm not sure of a product like that here, as we seem to have stock of something and everything. So to check that out, maybe what I'll do is I'll just go into this logo collection, and I see that the hoodie with logo, we have 10 in stock. So what I'm going to do then, the beanie with logo, I'm going to edit the product and inventory, and I'm going to set the stock quantity to 0. So let's update that. Right, and then the other one, let's just go back to that collection. And the other one in the collection was the hoodie with logo. So I'm going to edit that product. And that product, I am going to also then set the variation to 0. Let's see, stock quantity 0. Now I'll start at the bottom here. It's a lot easier. So stock quantity 0, 0, 0. I did not expect so many. Okay, we'll just set that at 0. Right, let's save that. Right, let's view the product. So there should be no stock available. And now what I'm going to do is go back to the shop. Right, let's go back to the logo collection. Out of stock, and it's still showing. So hoodie with logo, let's just have a look. It looks like I may have missed something here. Inventory, we're just going to put that stock quantity to 0. View the product, then go back to the shop. Let's go down here to the hoodie with logo. Now shows is out of stock. Let's have a look at this logo collection. Out of stock. Okay, the last one then is the t-shirt with logo, and we'll edit that. I don't think this has the inventory. Right, stock quantity of 0. So we'll update that one as well. So now this product has no stock items. So let's just set the back button. Right, so if I refresh this now, we should have, right, so we have 3 out of stocks there. I'll go back to the shop. We go down to the logo collection. And the logo collection shouldn't be showing in stock. It should be showing out of stock. Right, so that is not working as it should. And that would also then mean that if I go to this hoodie page and I edit the hoodie, so this is a product with variations, and at the moment it'll say in stock because we're not managing the stock. So here I'm going to click over to manage stock, manage stock quantity 0. Right, and we'll update. Then we'll just view that product. So this is the product. It's out of stock. Out of stock. So now when I go back to the shop and I look at the hoodie, right, so the hoodie is showing out of stock. So the one that's not working is the logo collection. So in the logo collection, even though there are no products available, it still shows that it is in stock. So let's have a look then how to fix that. And just to make double sure then, I'm going to head back here to the hoodie. So the hoodie, both options show that there are no stock. I'm going to come down here, go to variations, yes, no. I'm going to change the variation stock quantity here to 10. And now what should happen is, right, that's saved. Right, so if I refresh here now, 10 in stock, that's correct. And I'm going to go back to the shop page, go down to hoodie, and hoodie shows in stock, right? So the only product that's not giving us an accurate stock indication then is the logo collection. So now what we're going to do is just go and see how we can just include a bit of code here to make provision then for the logo collection. The first thing that we need to do now is get the product type, because we know the product type is a group product, and that's where the issue is. So we'll just target that product. So now we're going to go equals product, and get underscore type, and that'll give us the product type. Now what we have to do is inside this loop, we have to now make provision for the group product. So what I'm going to do now is, before we get to the final else statement, so I'm going to put in the closing bracket like that. And now I'm going to put in an else if. So else if, and just the opening brace. Right, so now we're ready to put in our argument. And what we need to do now is just check that product type, product underscore type. And if that is equal to and grouped. So now what we're saying is that if the product type is equal to grouped, we need to handle things a little bit differently. So if it's equal to grouped, now we want to get the child products just for the group products. So we'll go grouped. So the child products are the products that are included then in the group product. So grouped is equal to, and we're going to go product and get children. Right, so that'll give us the children for that particular group. However, now these will now be an array because there'll be more than one. So what we need to do now is just loop through those group products and output their details. So to do that, what we're going to do now is put in a for each loop, a standard for each loop, just to check if any of those products are in stock. And if the products are in stock, then what we'll do is we'll do something. So what we're going to do now is go for each, and let's say for each grouped as a single. So now we're going to handle the single products. And what happens now is that as it loops through and it gets the children, it's actually going to output the ID for each of those items. So if I have to echo out single and save that, that's not going to work. Let me just make a lowercase s. Save and go to the website and we refresh. You will see that if I head down here, that we have an issue here on line 18, and that's because I didn't put the variable $sign in. Okay, so now when I refresh, you'll see that here we have the product IDs. Okay, 77, 76, and 58. Now we want to get the stock status of each of those items. So now that we have the product ID, now we need to get the information for those individual products. So it works the same as we did before. So it'll be product, and that is equal to WC underscore get underscore product. And there we're just going to put in single. All right, so that will get us the product information for the single products. And now what I'm going to do is get the stock status. So the stock, let's get the stock underscore status, and that's going to be equal now to product and product and get underscore stock underscore status, and that will get it now for the single item. But because it's a for each loop and I'm looping through each product, it's only going to give me the stock status for the last product that goes through this for each status. So what I want to do now is put the stock status results into an array. So I'm going to create a new array with the stock status, and I'm going to save that, because if I, just to show you, if I echo out the stock, and what I'll do, well, in not the stock, I'm just going to echo out this to show you what happens. So if I echo out the stock status of each product, you will see, let me just scroll down here. I'm going to we'll save that. Right, so now when we have a look, you'll see that we do have the stock status now, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. So now what we want to do is check if there's anything in stock. If there's nothing in stock, then output the message out of stock. Now, because this is coming through in a for each loop, what I want to do now is just put that information into an array. So to put it in an array, we go with, let's say the stock. The stock array is equal to product, get stock status, and single. So we build an array. Now we want to check a value in the array. So what I'm going to do now is create an if statement, if in underscore array. And what I want to check for is I want to check if the words in stock are in that array, comma, and so that's going to check if the words, and if they are, it will echo in stock. And what I want to do then is say else echo out of stock. Right, so let's save that. Error. So let's just have a look and see what the, that's my spelling. Right, so if we have a look, we're going to go through each product. We're going to put the get stock status into an array. And then we're just going to check in that array if the words in stock are in that array. And if it is, then we'll echo in stock, or else we'll echo out of stock. So let's copy that, save. Right, that's saved fine. And now let's refresh. And now you'll see that the logo collection outputs out of stock. If I change the stock status of one of those items, so let's say I go to beanie with logo, which is out of stock. I'm going to edit the product. I'm going to change that stock inventory now to 10. Right. And I'm going to head back to the shop, and you'll see now that we have the last 10 because it's on sale. And if I scroll down now to the collection, it will show in stock. Head back to beanie with logo, edit product, scroll down to inventory, make that a 0, save, back to the shop. So the beanie now is out of stock, and if I scroll down, you'll see now that the logo collection is out of stock. So that's how we can make sure that the group products also work with in stock and out of stock correctly. The last thing that I want to do is that I want to just highlight products that are on sale. So for example, this product is on sale. I'm going to go over here to my snippet, and where I checked for the products being in sale, so we have sale price and the stock quantity. We said echo the last. What you can do now is I'm just going to wrap this with a div. And then in the div, could use a class. I'm just going to use a style here quickly. And we'll say color red. So that'll just make sure that the text will be in red for the last. And I can then just close that div, save, head over to the website, refresh, and now everything that's on sale will be highlighted as having the last 8. And then you'll see the out of stock, and then if an item is in stock, if it's not being managed, and if it is being managed, it will tell you, it should tell you how many are left. So what I'm going to do now is just go over to this album and edit the product, scroll down, and let's go to inventory. Let's make that 20. Head over to my shop. Right, and you'll see now that if the stock is being managed, it'll give us the number of 20 available. If it's on sale, it'll tell us the last 8. If it's out of stock, it'll give us out of stock. If it's a product with variations, it will give us the in stock if one of the variations has stock. And the same thing with the group product. If one of the items in the group product is available, it'll just say in stock. So that's pretty much then how you can go about managing the stock and then outputting an accurate stock message based on the stock levels of the various product types. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video and thank you for watching.